Did you know that there are demonic powers at work in business? Yeah, demonic powers, yes, I said it. That they are. My friends, did you know that there are demonic powers at work in business? Yeah, demonic powers, yes, I said it. The marketplace is not neutral ground. It is a spiritual battlefield where demonic forces wage war to corrupt, enslave, and divert resources away from God's purposes. Kenya's business environment is no exception. The signs of this battle are everywhere, and those called to influence this mountain must understand the weight of their calling. This is not a game. It is a war, and the stakes are very high. Did you know that Lucifer has a grip on the marketplace? Yes. Ezekiel reveals the fall of Lucifer, a being adorned with beauty, wisdom, and immense wealth. His downfall was tied to his activity in trade. By the abundance of your trading, you became filled with violence within, and you sinned. That is in Ezekiel 28:16. This is not just a historical account. It is a revelation of how Satan operates in the marketplace today. In my beautiful country, Kenya, we see this influence in the pervasive corruption that has become almost normalized. From the looting of public coffers in scandals like Shah, to the exploitation of small-scale traders in Gikomba and other markets, the fingerprints of Lucifer are evident. Kila mahali, they are there. The devil's claim in Luke 4:5-6, where he boasts of authority over the kingdoms of the world and their wealth, is not an empty one. He has entrenched himself in the systems that perpetuate inequality, greed, and oppression. Consider the plight of the boda riders, who are often exploited by predatory loan schemes, or the small-scale farmers who are crushed under the weight of middlemen and cartels. These are not just economic issues, my friends. They are spiritual strongholds designed to keep God's people in bondage. Those called to do business must recognize that they are stepping into a battlefield where the enemy seeks to control the wealth and resources to advance his own personal agenda. Now let me talk about the Babylon system in Kenya. Revelation 17 and 18 describe Babylon as a corrupt global system, a dwelling place of demons, trading in everything, even the bodies and souls of men. If you don't believe me, go and read Revelations 18:13. This is not a distant prophecy. It is a reality we see in our own nation. Babylon is alive and well in Kenya, manifesting in systems that prioritize profit over people and materialism over morality. Look at the real estate sector, where land grabbing has displaced entire communities, leaving families destitute while a few grow rich. Look at the education system, where opportunities are sold to the highest bidder and the poor are left behind. Look at the entertainment industry, where the glorification of immorality and materialism has become the norm. This is Babylon in action, a system designed to enslave, oppress, and ultimately destroy, because the enemy comes to kill, to steal, and ultimately to destroy. Even more chilling is the commodification of human life. Human trafficking, child labor, and the exploitation of workers are rampant in our nation. We have seen greedy agents shipping off our youth to Russia with the lie of a better life, only for them to be recruited to the Russian army with no real hope of a future, sold to slavery and death. The bodies and souls of men are being traded in broad daylight, and many turn a blind eye. God's command is clear. Come out of her, my people, lest you share in her sins. Go and read it for yourself in Revelation 18 verse 4. Those called to business must rise above this system, not conform to it. They must be the light in the darkness, the salt that preserves what is good. Zechariah's vision of 4 horns scattering God's people is a vivid depiction of the spiritual forces that seek to oppress and divide. But God's response is equally powerful. He raises 4 craftsmen to cast out these horns. Go and read Zechariah 1, verse 18 to 21. Now these craftsmen, they're not just ordinary individuals. They are anointed, equipped, and sent by God to dismantle demonic strongholds in every sphere, including business. Could you be one of those craftsmen? Are you the one anointed by God? In Kenya, these craftsmen are the entrepreneurs, innovators, and leaders who refuse to bow to the idols of corruption and greed. They are the ones who create jobs, empower communities, and steward resources for God's glory. But make no mistake, this is not a task for the faint-hearted. The forces at play are real, and the battle is fierce. Think of the whistleblowers who risk their lives to expose corruption. Think of the ethical business leaders who refuse to pay bribes even when it costs them contracts. Think of the social entrepreneurs who invest in communities, not just for profit, but for transformation. These are the warring craftsmen, and they need to be equipped for the fight. My dear people, if you are called to influence the marketplace in Kenya, understand this. You are stepping into a war zone. Yes, you are stepping into a war zone. The enemy will not relinquish his hold on wealth and resources without a fight. You cannot afford to be unprepared. You need mentorship, spiritual covering, and the right tools to stand firm and fulfill your calling. This is not a battle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, and rulers of darkness. The corruption, greed, and exploitation you see, they're not just human failings. They are not. What we see in Kenya is not just a human failing. They are the work of demonic forces. You must be spiritually fortified to confront these powers and dismantle their strongholds. Come, let us equip you to take your place as the warring craftsman in the marketplace. Let us train you to recognize the enemy's tactics and to wield the weapons of righteousness. We'll also train you to wield the weapon of integrity and the weapon of faith. Together, we will cast out the horns of oppression and establish God's kingdom in the business world. The time to act is now. The marketplace is waiting for those who will rise up, take their stand, and reclaim it for God's purposes. Will you answer the call?